Imagine it's night. There is silence all around. You are sitting alone in your room. Suddenly, a faint thud sound comes from somewhere. Just that one sound makes your heart pound. Your breathing quickens. A jolt runs through your body. But wait and think. The danger wasn't visible right in front of you. Yet your body instantly set off the alarm. Why? Who gave this signal? Who commanded the body to be alert, something is about to happen? This is the mysterious alarm system within you, which, in the language of science, is called the amygdala. Friends, the amygdala is a very small part of our brain, about the size of an almond kernel, but its effect is so profound that it can change the direction of our entire life. Think about it. Have you ever noticed that when a stranger suddenly approaches you in a crowd, you start to feel uneasy? Or when someone talks to you angrily, a spontaneous anger rises within you without you even thinking. Has a scary childhood memory ever troubled you even today? Or is it a deep warning that the soul wishes to give us? Is this a weakness or a sign of some invisible mystery hidden within? Friends, today we will dive deep into this mysterious part, from the perspective of science and the light of spiritual experience. Because the truth is, until you understand the amygdala, you cannot become the true master of your fear, anger, and emotions. And when you understand it, you learn to control not just your mind, but your entire life. What exactly does the amygdala do? The amygdala is small in size, but its function affects the entire body and mind. Now think, what happens if this part becomes overactive? Neuroscience says, if the amygdala is overactive, a person starts seeing danger everywhere. Fear, anxiety, and nervousness arise even over small things. This can even lead to panic attacks. And if it becomes underactive, the person cannot understand emotions at all. They won't be able to recognize the pain of others, and social relationships will weaken. Whenever danger appears, the amygdala instantly becomes active. It gives our body two options, flee or fight, the fight or flight response. This is why the heart starts pounding and hands and feet tremble suddenly upon hearing a loud noise. The amygdala activates the survival system within us. Just think, if this system didn't exist, how would our ancestors have survived in the jungles? The lions, wild animals, sudden dangers. The amygdala was responsible for protecting them from all of it. This means this small part has a hand in the protection of our entire civilization. Amygdala, memory, and social life. The amygdala doesn't just manage danger, it also links emotions with our memories. This is why a scary incident from childhood still gives us a shiver today. The joy felt for the first time, like a birthday gift or someone's love, still brings a smile to the face. The amygdala prepares a memory and emotion package that never fades. This is why it is said, man doesn't forget memories, he forgets the emotions associated with those memories. The amygdala also plays a crucial role in our social life. When you see a smile on someone's face, you instantly sense that they are happy. If someone is angry, you understand it without words. This is all due to the amygdala. Imagine if this part didn't work properly. A person wouldn't be able to read others' emotions. They wouldn't understand the sorrow, anger, or happiness of the person in front of them. This means relationships would break and social connection would weaken. Emotional GPS and the modern overload. Many decisions in life are taken not by the mind but by the heart. In reality, this heart is the amygdala, which pushes us to make decisions based on emotions. If you feel great joy from a task, the amygdala motivates you to do it again. If an experience is bad, the amygdala instantly warns, don't do it again. This means it is our emotional GPS which gives us direction. The amygdala of our ancestors protected them from lions, snakes, and earthquakes, but today's amygdala also considers things like notifications, traffic, deadlines, EMIs, relationship stress as dangers. But there is no real lion in front of us. This means the amygdala is still the same, but the world has changed. This is why anxiety, depression, and stress have become common today. Have you ever thought about your biggest fear in life? Is that fear really present externally? Or has your mind simply magnified it? And if the amygdala can be balanced, can you control your anxiety and anger? The amygdala is small, but it is the main foundation of our emotions, memories, relationships, and decisions. To understand it is to find the key to your mind.
The amygdala overload. Imaginary dangers. In today's busy life, the amygdala is constantly overloaded.
The noise of traffic, continuous mobile notifications, pressure at the office, relationship stress. All of these rattle the amygdala in the same way our ancestors were terrified by the roar of a lion in the jungle. But the difference is, then the danger was real. Today, most dangers are imaginary. Think about it. Someone delayed their reply on WhatsApp and you started feeling restless. The amygdala immediately says, something is wrong. The boss spoke a bit sternly at the office and the amygdala sounds the alarm. Your job is in danger. Seeing someone else's success on social media, the amygdala creates insecurity. You are being left behind. But in reality, these are not real dangers. It is the amygdala within us that turns every small thing into a lion. That's why we get tired for no reason, become angry, or slowly dissolve within ourselves. The problem is less external and more internal. Amygdala and spirituality, the path to balance, friends. Now let's move beyond science toward spirituality. Ancient sages used to say the mind is both friend and foe. You can consider the amygdala to be the part of the mind that reacts instantly. It creates emotions without thought, fear, anger, insecurity. The real purpose of yoga and meditation is to balance this impulse. Today, science also accepts that meditation changes the structure and activity of the amygdala. MRI scans have found that in people who meditate regularly, the size of their amygdala slowly becomes smaller and calmer. Imagine, where a small problem used to make you panic, with the practice of meditation, your mind remains stable. The amygdala no longer sees everything as a threat but reacts with balance. Mantra chanting and brainwaves, friends. Have you ever noticed that when we chant Om or Om Namah Shivaya, the entire body vibrates internally? This is not just a religious practice but a deep scientific process. When you chant a mantra peacefully, the brain waves slowly start moving from the beta state to alpha and theta states. These slower waves signal the amygdala that everything is now safe. Mantra chanting is not just faith. It is a direct tonic for neuroscience. Pranayama, the breath of peace. Now let's talk about pranayama, taking a deep breath and slowly exhaling. This simple practice is a powerful medicine for the amygdala. When you take a long, deep breath, the message goes to the brain. The danger has passed, everything is safe now. Immediately after this, the amygdala's alarm begins to quiet down. Think. The anxiety that troubles you for months can be balanced by just 5 to 10 minutes of pranayama daily. The key to self-awareness. The sages always said, he who conquers the inner self can conquer the outer world. The biggest way to balance the amygdala is self-awareness, satchitananda. When anger arises, immediately ask yourself, is this anger necessary? When fear arises, look within. Is this fear real or just a delusion of the mind? As soon as you become aware, the grip of the amygdala loosens. Science and spirituality converge. The most amazing thing here is, science and spirituality, walking on separate paths, are meeting at the same truth. Science says, meditation and deep breaths reduce the amygdala's activity. Spirituality says meditation and pranayama calm the mind. The names are different, the language is different, but the experience is the same. So friends, now you understand. The amygdala is not just the part that creates fear. It is also the place from which you can be led towards self-control and peace. Meditation, mantra chanting, and pranayama. These 3 simple measures make you the master of the amygdala, not its prisoner. The uncontrolled verses. Balanced amygdala. Remember, the amygdala is not an enemy. It is the guardian within you, your protector. But, if it is left uncontrolled, this very protector can make you a prisoner. If the amygdala becomes uncontrolled, what happens? Seeing danger everywhere. Externally, everything is normal, but internally, you feel fear in every matter. Nervousness in crowds. Panic attacks over small problems. Suspicion and restlessness over small issues in relationships. This happens when the amygdala becomes overactive. Stress and illnesses. A continuously overactive amygdala increases the stress hormone, cortisol, in the body. The result? Increased blood pressure, insomnia, reduced immunity, even heart and brain illnesses. Cracks in relationships. When the mind constantly searches for danger, a person cannot trust others. Anger over small things, suspicion in every word. Slowly, relationships start to weaken. An uncontrolled amygdala turns life into a prison of fear and anxiety. And if the amygdala becomes balanced? Balance of the mind. Fear does not control you. You begin to control fear. Anger comes, but it remains under control. Worry happens, but it does not consume you. Clear decisions. With a balanced amygdala, you do not get swept away by the flow of emotions. Decisions are taken with a balance of emotions and intellect. This is the true form of patience, Dheeraj. Depth in relationships. When you can correctly understand the emotions of the person in front of you, relationships become deeper and truer. With a balanced amygdala, you live with compassion and empathy. The 3 pillars of balance meditation, Gyan. 10-15 minutes of daily meditation slowly calms the amygdala. Mantra chanting, mantra japa. Mantras like Om Namah Shivaya, Om Shanti slow down the waves within you. Deep breaths, pranayama. Long and deep breaths send a signal to the amygdala. Everything is safe. Self-awareness. When anger or fear arises, ask yourself, is this truly a danger or just an illusion of the mind? Friends, balancing the amygdala with meditation and yoga is an extremely powerful measure, but if anxiety, depression, or panic attacks are very severe, do not take it lightly. In such cases, consulting a doctor and a psychologist is equally important. Spiritual remedies and modern science, when both go together, life can be safe and balanced. So friends, now you understand? If the amygdala is uncontrolled, it makes you a slave to fear, anger, and restlessness. But if you control it with meditation, mantra chanting, and pranayama, it becomes your greatest protector within. Science says this, and spirituality says this too. Both voices are one. Peace does not come from the outside, it is born from within. Now I want to ask you, what is the biggest source of stress in your life? Is it truly external circumstances or is it internal restlessness? Do share in the comments. And if these words have touched your heart, stay connected to the Deep Gyan Power channel. Thank you.